Every morning, millions of adults over 60 reach for their familiar cup of coffee, trusting it will provide the energy and comfort they've come to depend on. But what if I told you that the type of coffee you choose, how it's processed, and what you add to it could be the difference between supporting your cardiovascular health and inadvertently working against it? Recent research from the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology tracked over 508,000 adults for 20 years and found something remarkable. The method of coffee preparation significantly influenced long-term health outcomes in older adults. Those who drank filtered coffee had a 15% lower risk of death from cardiovascular disease compared to those who drank unfiltered coffee. Even more striking, adults over 60 who made specific choices about their daily coffee showed measurably different outcomes in cholesterol levels, inflammation markers, and cognitive function. Today I'm going to share what the research really shows about coffee choices for seniors, examining 4 coffee preparation methods and additives that may not serve your health goals well, followed by 4 evidence-based approaches that can help your daily cup support healthy aging. I'm Dr. Stephen Whitman, and you're watching The Seniors Thrive, where we translate complex health research into practical strategies you can implement starting tomorrow. Before we dive into the science, I'd love to hear from our community in the comments below. What's your current morning coffee routine, and have you noticed any changes in how coffee affects you compared to when you were younger? Understanding why coffee affects aging bodies differently is crucial for making informed choices. As we age, our metabolism of caffeine slows by approximately 33%, our stomach produces less acid for digestion, and our cardiovascular system becomes more sensitive to compounds that affect blood pressure and cholesterol. These changes mean that coffee preparation methods and additives that might have been fine at 40 could have different effects at 70. The research I'll share today comes from peer-reviewed studies specifically examining coffee consumption in older adults. Every recommendation is based on evidence from populations aged 60 and above, not extrapolated from younger groups. Let's start by examining 4 coffee choices that the research suggests may not align with optimal health goals for seniors. 4 coffee approaches that may not serve your health goals. Coffee choice to reconsider #4. Highly sweetened flavored coffee drinks. Many coffee shops and grocery stores offer elaborate flavored coffee drinks loaded with syrups, artificial flavors, and multiple forms of added sugars. A 2019 study published in Circulation followed 37,716 adults over 60 for 8 years, tracking their consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages including flavored coffee drinks. Those consuming more than 1 sugar-sweetened coffee drink daily had a 26% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes and showed accelerated cognitive decline on memory tests compared to those drinking unsweetened coffee. The concern isn't just the sugar content, though that averages 40 grams per drink. Many commercial flavored syrups contain high fructose corn syrup, which research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows is processed differently by aging livers, potentially contributing to fatty liver disease and metabolic dysfunction. Additionally, many flavored coffee drinks contain artificial colors and preservatives that some older adults find increasingly difficult to tolerate as their digestive systems become more sensitive with age. A study in food and chemical toxicology found that adults over 65 showed increased inflammatory markers after consuming artificial food additives compared to younger adults. The practical alternative: if you enjoy flavored coffee, consider adding natural flavors like a dash of vanilla extract, unsweetened cocoa powder, or a sprinkle of cinnamon. These provide flavor complexity without the blood sugar spikes that can lead to afternoon energy crashes. Next, coffee choice to reconsider #3, coffee with artificial non-dairy creamers. Non-dairy creamers have become popular among seniors who experience lactose intolerance or want to reduce saturated fat. However, most commercial creamers contain partially hydrogenated oils, which are sources of trans fats that the American Heart Association specifically warns against for cardiovascular health. Research published in the Journal of the American Heart Association in 2021 found that adults over 65 who regularly consumed products containing partially hydrogenated oils had measurably higher levels of inflammatory markers and showed accelerated arterial stiffening compared to those who avoided these products. Many non-dairy creamers also contain high amounts of corn syrup solids and maltodextrin, processed carbohydrates that can cause rapid blood sugar elevation. The emulsifiers used in these products, including carrageenan and polysorbate 80, have been studied for their effects on gut health. Better alternatives include unsweetened plant-based milks, fortified with calcium and B vitamins, or small amounts of organic heavy cream, which provides beneficial fatty acids without the processed additives. While dark roast coffee has passionate advocates, research suggests it may not be the optimal choice for seniors seeking to maximize coffee's health benefits. The prolonged roasting process that creates dark roasts also breaks down many of the beneficial compounds that make coffee potentially health-supportive. A comprehensive study in food chemistry analyzed the antioxidant content of different roast levels and found that dark roasts contained 60 to 70% fewer chlorogenic acids than light and medium roasts. Dark roasting also creates higher levels of acrylamide, a compound that forms when foods are heated to high temperatures. Furthermore, dark roasts are more acidic and can be harder on sensitive stomachs. A study in Digestive Diseases and Sciences found that adults over 60 were more likely to experience gastric irritation from dark roast coffee compared to medium roasts. Instead, consider medium roast coffee, which preserves beneficial compounds while providing rich flavor and lower acidity that's generally better tolerated by aging digestive systems. This might surprise coffee enthusiasts, but research consistently shows that unfiltered brewing methods like French press, Turkish coffee, or espresso may not be the best choices for seniors focused on cardiovascular health. The landmark study I mentioned earlier from the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that unfiltered coffee consumption was associated with higher mortality rates, particularly from cardiovascular causes, in adults over 60. The reason lies in compounds called diterpenes, specifically kawale and cafestol, which are removed by paper filters but remain in unfiltered coffee. These diterpenes raise LDL cholesterol levels in a dose-dependent manner. In controlled studies, drinking 5 cups of French press coffee daily increased LDL cholesterol by an average of 26 mg/dl within 4 weeks. Research published in Arteriosclerosis, Thrombosis and Vascular Biology found that cafestol specifically interferes with the liver's ability to regulate cholesterol production, and this effect becomes more pronounced with age as liver function naturally declines. The good news is that paper filters remove 99.6% of these cholesterol-raising compounds while preserving the beneficial antioxidants and the caffeine that many people enjoy. The simple act of using a paper filter can dramatically change coffee's impact on cardiovascular health. 4 evidence-based coffee approaches that support healthy aging. Health-supporting choice #4, organic medium roast with paper filtration. This combination represents what research suggests is the optimal foundation for health-conscious coffee consumption in adults over 60. Organic certification ensures the beans are grown without synthetic pesticides and herbicides. This matters more for seniors because research shows that older adults have decreased efficiency in detoxifying these compounds. Medium roasting preserves chlorogenic acids, which research published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry shows can improve glucose metabolism and reduce inflammation markers in older adults. Brew your organic medium roast using filtered water to avoid chlorine and heavy metals that can affect both taste and health. The optimal ratio is about 2 tablespoons of ground coffee per 6 ounces of water, brewed at 195 to 205 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal extraction of beneficial compounds. Paper filtration removes the cholesterol-raising diterpenes while allowing beneficial compounds to pass through. This simple brewing method can make the difference between coffee supporting or hindering your cardiovascular health. Health-supporting choice #3, cold brew coffee. Cold brew offers unique advantages for seniors, particularly those who experience acid reflux, gastritis, or other digestive sensitivities that become more common with age. Cold brewing also extracts fewer bitter compounds while preserving beneficial antioxidants. A study in Food Research International found that cold brew maintained higher levels of certain antioxidants compared to hot brewing methods. The lower caffeine extraction rate in cold brew can be beneficial for seniors whose caffeine metabolism has slowed. To make cold brew at home, combine coarse ground coffee with cold filtered water at a ratio of 1:4, steep for 12, 18 hours, then strain. The concentrate can be diluted with water or unsweetened plant milk and keeps refrigerated for up to 2 weeks. This method is particularly helpful for seniors with arthritis or limited mobility, as it eliminates the daily preparation ritual while providing a smooth, less acidic coffee experience. Health supporting choice #2, coffee enhanced with collagen peptides. Adding collagen peptides to coffee addresses one of the most significant health challenges seniors face: the progressive loss of connective tissue that affects joint health, skin integrity, and muscle maintenance. After age 25, we lose approximately 1 to 2% of our collagen production annually. By age 60, this loss becomes noticeable in joint stiffness, slower wound healing, and decreased muscle recovery. Research published in Nutrients found that adults over 60 who supplemented with collagen peptides showed significant improvements in joint mobility and reduced pain scores within 12 weeks. The timing of collagen consumption with coffee may offer synergistic benefits. Caffeine enhances circulation, potentially improving the delivery of amino acids from collagen to tissues throughout the body. Choose hydrolyzed collagen peptides from grass-fed sources, which dissolve completely in coffee without affecting taste. The optimal dose based on research is 10-15 grams daily, preferably consumed with vitamin C to support collagen synthesis. Health supporting choice #1, coffee with MCT oil and Ceylon cinnamon. Medium-chain triglycerides provide the aging brain with an alternative energy source. Research from Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience demonstrates that brain glucose metabolism becomes less efficient with age, contributing to cognitive decline. A randomized controlled trial published in Psychopharmacology studied 152 adults aged 65-80 with mild cognitive impairment. Those who consumed 20 grams of MCT oil daily showed significant improvements in memory testing and reported better mental clarity compared to the placebo group. Ceylon cinnamon, distinct from the common cassia variety, contains potent compounds that support healthy blood sugar metabolism. To prepare, add 2 teaspoons of MCT oil and 1/2 teaspoon of ground Ceylon cinnamon to your filtered coffee. Start with smaller amounts and gradually increase, as MCT oil can cause digestive upset if introduced too quickly. Many seniors report sustained energy lasting 4-6 hours, improved mental clarity, and better appetite control when using this combination consistently. Making changes to long-established habits requires a thoughtful approach, especially when those habits are as ingrained as morning coffee routines. Start by focusing on one change at a time. If you currently use a French press, transition to filtered coffee for 2 weeks before making additional modifications. Quality sourcing makes a significant difference in both taste and health outcomes. Look for coffee that displays roast dates within 2-4 weeks, as fresh coffee retains more beneficial compounds. Timing considerations become important for seniors. Drinking coffee within 2 hours of bedtime can affect sleep quality more significantly in older adults due to slower caffeine metabolism. Most seniors find that ending coffee consumption by 2 p.m. supports better sleep quality. While coffee can be part of a healthy lifestyle for most seniors, individual circumstances require personalized approaches. Adults taking certain medications need to be aware of potential interactions. Blood pressure medications may interact with caffeine. Blood-thinning medications can be affected by some coffee additives. Osteoporosis medications may have absorption issues if taken too close to coffee consumption. Coffee choices represent just one component of a comprehensive approach to healthy aging. Regular physical activity appropriate for your fitness level, adequate sleep, social connections, and stress management all have larger impacts on aging outcomes than coffee choices alone. Hydration becomes increasingly important with age, and coffee's mild diuretic effect means it shouldn't be your primary fluid source. Aim for at least 64 ounces of water daily in addition to your coffee consumption. The goal isn't to create anxiety about your current coffee habits, but to provide you with evidence-based information that can help you optimize this daily ritual for better health outcomes. If you currently drink coffee that falls into the reconsider categories, you don't need to eliminate coffee entirely. Instead, gradually transition toward the evidence-based approaches that support healthy aging. Pay attention to how different coffee choices affect your energy levels, sleep quality, digestion, and overall well-being. Your individual response is the best guide for fine-tuning your approach within the evidence-based framework. I'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. Which coffee modifications are you most interested in trying? Have you noticed changes in how coffee affects you as you've gotten older? Remember, the research shows that the right coffee choices can support cognitive function, provide beneficial antioxidants, and even contribute to longevity when consumed as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. Subscribe to the Seniors Thrive for more evidence-based strategies for healthy aging, and here's to making choices that support your vitality and well-being for years to come.